What's up, everybody? I apologize. I realized that my microphone wasn't recording while I was making the video, so you get my profile picture and you get this video. Today we're looking at the Drake Clipper. This is the ship that Drake made when they said speed solves all problems. They refuse to elaborate. It's fast, it's loud, it has the structural integrity of a wet paper bag. Let's see how it goes. So, looking at the exterior, this thing is pretty bad ass. So it has two Mantis size 2 Gatlings. It has two laser cannons. They're the Omniski, saying it completely wrong. I can never get that name right, but that's what lives on the outside of it. It has asymmetrical wings, which is neat. It's kind of like the style that they're going for, but we all know Drake. They have the Caterpillar, they have the Cuddies, and they now have the Clipper, which is entering the game. Let me know if you guys think that if this is possibly one of the best new starting ships, because as we get inside, you'll see a lot of really cool things. So the best way I explain this to people who don't know what it is, it's kind of like a townhome. If you look at it, it's super vertically tall, but it's not very wide. But somehow it fits everything within that vertical space that it's been given, and I think it does so pretty well. So looking at the exterior, you have two access points. You have the scissor elevator and you have a ramp. Starting out, we're going to go ahead and take the ramp in this area. If you can finagle it well, you could probably fit some stuff on the ramp itself, but then beyond the ramp, it has 12 SCU of storage, so 6 on the grid and 2 high, and you can store some stuff there. This is the ground floor, with the only access point being that ladder that was just behind us, so we can make our way up to the next floor. This is really where the Clipper enters that best starter ship category. Let me know what you think. Got a little bit of engine access here, but then it gets into the cool stuff. So the first room is the med bay. This, yes, has a tier 3 med bay. You can heal yourself, set spawn locations, access everything from the terminal. And then over in the corner, if you need to replace med gels, you store them in this little box. Then moving on, which is not in the game yet, not sure what is in that box, but in the next room is the fabrication room. So you can see the little like laser engraver 3D printer that is not implemented as of yet, but you'll be able to access it from that terminal, and you can craft things in the ship, which is one of very few, if not the only one. I can't think of another one off the top of my head, but you've got that. And then if you have the access to that scissor elevator, it either goes to the ground floor or this level, no in between, no higher. Then going up, we can get to the top floor where you have your cockpit access and you have your habs, which is a nice little hab. You got some water, little spots that you can put some crews. You've got your bed that you can log out on. These are not accessible, but there is some personal storage towards the rear. And there's your personal storage. You got your bathroom with a leaky faucet. And then your engineering room. This is mainly a solo ship, but you will have some engineering that you'll have to do. My favorite part of the Clipper is the trap door, which is just a neat little feature. Getting back up into the cockpit area, we can go ahead and sit down. Now, of course, this is a Drake ship. The cockpit has that normal Drake styling, and yes, if you're asking, there is a fan. But quick little weapon test. Don't worry about the red wing. That was an accident I made. But you have those two Mantises and the two laser cannons going off. And we can do a nice cold start. They've done a pretty good job with sound design, I'm not gonna lie. But if you look at the top left, we can look at the missiles, which is interesting. It has marksman, ignites, and arresters. So you have a pretty sizable missile count, 2 IRs, 1 cross section for a little bit of anything you want to get into. And we'll go ahead and look for a bounty mission that we can take up to test this ship out. Look for a low risk or a very low risk. And we'll go ahead and accept that one and go from there. But before we go, we'll get some cinematic shots. This is what absolutely makes me love Star Citizen. As we're closing in on this bounty, guys, let me know what can I do better? What can I make to make it more interesting? Normally, I just like these casual conversations with no script. But if you want more cinematic, you want more pizzazz, I can do that. I just rather have a conversation with you, show you some cool ships, and go from there. But closing in on the bounty, and as normal Star Citizen goes, it's not working. This one is not populating. So we'll go ahead and find another one and go from there. But again, before we leave, I was getting ready to leave and I saw this view and I realized that Star Citizen is just the definition of Stockholm Syndrome. You know you want to leave, but you just can't. Look at these views. When this game works, it is fantastic. And that's what honestly keeps drawing me in. Alright, so we got our low risk accepted. We're closing in now, and it's actually going to pop out to be a Vanguard. Now, keep in mind, guys, I am not an expert. I'm not a pro. I'm a casual gamer, and I just enjoy playing. Keep in mind that wing was already red. I may have, or may not have, slammed into the ground when I was going to Daymar to film some shots. But here we'll go after this Vanguard. Shoot a couple missiles off, and then we'll go ballistics and lasers.
Shield system is hit. Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
And we'll go after the Origin little ship. What is that, 315 or something?
Congratulations. Target is destroyed.
And that's going to be it for the video, guys. As always, I appreciate you watching. As much as I like Star Citizen, I just want to share it. So like, subscribe, do all that fancy jazz. I'm going to keep putting out this content. We're going to get away from just ships too. I'm going to talk about Star Citizen itself, updates, things like that. If you guys can, if you're getting into it and you've never played before, use the referral code. It'll be on the screen here as well as the description below. You'll get some bonuses when you join the game. And again, just stay tuned. You can catch me live on YouTube and Twitch where I'm streaming Star Citizen. We're usually up to, some nonsense. But until then, you guys have a